Killer dolls are nothing new in the world of cinema. They have been haunting our nightmares for decades at this point, with Chucky and Annabelle being the most prominent in this genre of horror films. Now we have a new doll on the block with M3GAN, an artificial intelligence lifelike doll that is programmed to be a child's greatest companion. But does M3GAN establish herself on the Mount Rushmore of killer dolls? Let's find out in this spoiler-free review of M3GAN. M3GAN is the most dumbest, campiest movie I've seen so far this year, and I enjoyed pretty much every single minute of it. This movie does not take itself seriously. They know what this movie is, and it's just a really fun popcorn movie that you can go watch with your friends. It's nothing crazy. There's no overarching story that is deep and compelling. It's just a killer doll going around doing its thing and killing people, and that's what you pay to see. What it lacks in gore and carnage, it does make up by having this entertainment factor of watching this M3GAN doll do its creepy, weird dances and do its creepy, weird sequences. Every single moment is entertaining throughout the whole runtime. There's no point to where I was thinking this film was dragging on. I think the first couple acts, when they're setting the tone and setting the environment, gets a little bit boring. I just want to get to the kills, and I think it takes a little bit too long to get there. I knew exactly where this movie was headed. There was no big surprises. They didn't make a crazy left turn that subverted my expectations. It's a story that is very familiar. It reminds me a lot of 2019's Child's Play remake that they made. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I think they do enough here to separate themselves from Child's Play. I know it's constantly going to get compared to those movies, but I think M3GAN kind of does their own thing with the uses of AI and technology in the themes that they talk about in this movie. But I gotta say, I think the marketing to this film is very weird. It portrays this movie as a horror film. It's not really a horror film. It's kind of more of a comedy. I mean, there's sequences in here that I was laughing my booty off, and I didn't think they were intentional. I don't know. Me and a couple other people were laughing in the screener to this movie, so I don't know, but it was fucking funny in certain instances. Having M3GAN do her creepy doll shit and the situations that they put her in are so hilarious, and I was just crying with tears of laughter in certain points. While the plot is predictable, M3GAN is gifted to a girl who lost her parents, and while the plot isn't profound, it does have some great messages regarding the proper and improper way to deal with grief, which was something I didn't expect this movie to touch upon. And I think that they gave this really sweet message about how to deal with, in this case, your parents dying and how you move on with that. And it was kind of sweet. I was surprised by that. As well, it does give commentary on the state of technology involving children. I'm talking to you, Gen Z, iPad babies. Go outside and touch some grass. One missed opportunity I think that they should have done with this movie is make it rated R. M3GAN is rated PG-13. I do get the business aspect of making your movie PG-13. You get more butts in the seats, more people can see it. But there's so many shots in here that it felt like they had an R rating and they just cut it all down, because there's shots where it's like about to be this cool kill, this amazing bloody gory thing, and then it moves on to the next shot and it kind of cuts away. And the selfish horror fan in me feels very just frustrated with that, because I wanted to see M3GAN do crazy kills and be bombastic. While she does do that in some scenes, it just feels very watered down, and I wish I could just see M3GAN just fuck shit up. That's what I wanted to see, but I didn't get enough of that, unfortunately. If M3GAN had these bloody, badass, gory kills, I think the rewatchability for me would be a lot higher. I don't really see myself watching this movie over and over again. I think this is a great go to the theater, kill 2 hours type of movie. And that's definitely not a negative. I think that's a positive. Go out to the theater and see this, but don't expect it to be some crazy, gory, profound movie that you're going to watch and talk about for decades. It knows what it is. It's just a simple movie. There's not really much to talk about here. The premise isn't that deep, but it's so entertaining that I think a lot of people are going to have fun with this movie. And I can see this having multiple sequels down the road, so I'm very curious where this franchise is going to go. I'm going to give M3GAN a 6.5 out of 10. M3GAN is very amusing and entertaining, and just because it's PG-13, that doesn't make a horror movie bad. But for my personal taste, I would rather see M3GAN in an R-rated style movie. I think it would have added a lot more flavor, a lot more style to it, some unique kills. I just wanted more of that, so it definitely dampers me rewatching this in the future. But go out and see this movie with your friends. I think it's a good time. Have you seen M3GAN? What did you think of the movie? Let me know down in that comment section down below, and also make sure you slash that subscribe button if you love horror movies and want to talk more about horror movies with me. I would really appreciate that. Thank you for watching this review, and as always, I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Peace.